Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days, and welcome to this Hell in a Cell review. I'm really pumped, man. I'm really pumped. I think it's about 4:30 in the morning at the time of me recording this, so I should not be as awake or as pumped as I am right now. But I am because there's just so much going through my mind. There was a lot that happened in that show, and I thought it was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. I think that's part of the reason why I'm so awake. But it's that women's match, isn't it? That women's match. It's historic because it's the first time women have main evented a pay-per-view on the main roster. It's historic because it's the first time women have been in Hell in a Cell. You've got two of the best women's wrestlers, certainly that I've ever seen, in Charlotte and Sasha. I don't think Charlotte gets the credit that she deserves, but she is fantastic. And Sasha is Sasha. Hot Boston crowd behind her. And I think they got this largely right. There was just a couple of things in the match that just kind of niggle at me a bit. Sasha's back injury was so severe that she was being stretchered out. And then she has this brutal 20-25 minute match, and she's doing a lot of suplexes and things along those lines. Her back just shouldn't have allowed her to do that, and her back gives up at the end of the match, and obviously she ends up falling victim to natural selection and loses the championship. But I just thought that her back injury needed to be kept stronger throughout the storytelling, if you will. She didn't sell that back injury. It's annoying because it's a nothing point really, but I was watching it thinking that shouldn't be happening. And it's the only thing that I can criticise. But other than that, it was brilliant. That bit where Charlotte kind of fell off the turnbuckle into the table, or I can't remember if Sasha pushed her, but that kind of felt like a wasted spot. Because they'd set the table up and, they could have done a big impressive moment, but what came out of it was just a bit flat. But that is it. The only reason that I'm even highlighting these things is because the rest of it was perfect. From the entrances to the start. The entrances in particular, with Sasha coming out in the car and Charlotte being carried out, was absolutely amazing. And then the beat down and that power bomb, and then the stretcher coming out, and the cage getting lowered, and you thought that the cell was going to be lowered onto Sasha, and there was weapons that were used, and it was brilliant. And a swerve because I did predict Charlotte, but I only wanted Charlotte to win because she is currently undefeated as a singles wrestler on pay-per-view. I think she's 11, 12, maybe even 13-0 now as a singles competitor. She has lost a tag match at Battleground. But so I didn't want that streak to finish. But it's just fascinating, isn't it? It's fascinating. This feels like one of the great rivalries, like Lita and Trish. This is our Lita and Trish. So Brian Kendrick was still asking TJ Perkins to let him win, and Rich Swann and Bayley were on the pre-show panel. I don't understand why Renee Young does the pre-show for Raw shows, and I didn't understand why Miro Ranallo was being used as a commentator for a Raw pre-show match. Didn't make any sense to me. Gulak, Daivari, Tony Nese against Sin Cara, Cedric Alexander and Lindsay Dorado. Tony Nese coming out like something out of He-Man, and looked awful. looked awful. Shooting star press was lovely from Lince Dorado in this match. Cedric Alexander gets the pin. I thought this was a okay match. That brought us to the main show, and I didn't understand why there were holes all over the cell. Like, you can climb up it without having those holes. And as it was, no one went on top anyway, so I'm not sure if they're always just there. But yeah, I thought it was weird they were there and no action had been happening or anything. But then Rusev came out, Lana introduced him. We didn't see Lana again, quite interesting, thought she would interfere somehow. He had US champ printed on his waistband, which I found distracting, because I know he's got one that says Brute. He's got another one that's all in like Bulgarian or Russian or something. I didn't understand why he wore US champ. Thought this match was good, very good actually, but it really went sour for me when the Chainolade, the accolade with the chain, Rusev should have won at that point. It looked cool, and there is no shame in submitting if you are in an accolade with a chain. There is no shame. So, but of course he powers out and then wins with a stupid looking spear. I wasn't into it. The finish on this match really ruined the match for me. So after that we had Bayley beating Dana Brooke in a pretty flat match. I wasn't really into it. Decent-ish kind of promo from Enzo, talking about Andy and Big Gal. Yeah, the match was so-so. Anderson and Gallows pick up a much-needed win, and then it was at this point we found out that the women were going to headline, because up next was the Universal Championship match. And so, yeah, that was a real big moment, was finding out that the women were actually legitimately going to headline this thing. And for me, that's what's going to make this, a real historic event. I think we will look back on this and re-watch that match. I know I will re-watch that match several times in the future. I think we'll talk about Hell in a Cell 2016 for a long time to come. Owens against Rollins was really good. It had a lot more moving parts to it than what the first Hell in a Cell match did. Obviously Jericho coming down, the fire extinguisher going off first, blinding the ref. Jericho came down. You didn't know if Jericho was going to turn on Owens. You didn't know, if Seth was going to be able to fight them both off again, or what was actually going to go down. There's that fantastic moment where he gets powerbombed. Owens gets powerbombed through the two tables, which is such a great spot. But bottom line is Owens picks up the victory, but with much help from Jericho. And Jericho as well afterwards, kind of beating up on Seth. I know that on the Raw Talk, Roman, I think, has got his eyes set on the Universal Championship. I think we could be going into a program now with Kevin Owens against Roman Reigns and Jericho against Seth Rollins. I think that's the way where it's all kind of heading towards. After that, we got New Day against Cesaro and Sheamus. Jojo said this was for the WWE Tag Team Champions, like you actually win the champions. I'm sure that's what I heard. This match was good, really interesting. Interesting that it was Xavier Woods and Big E, and not Kofi and Big E. But screwy finish, because Woods was literally on the verge of tapping out and does indeed tap out, but the match had already been called because I think it was Kofi on Sheamus, was it, on the outside? I think, did he hit Trouble in Paradise? Can't quite remember now. This is where the half four is starting to hit me. TJP against Brian Kendrick, another screwy finish. This match was okay. Again, pretty so-so. A lot of the undercard was just okay, so-so with the screwy finish. But yeah, Brian Kendrick, the new Cruiserweight champion. I was really annoyed as well because for some reason my reaction to that match just wouldn't let me upload. It just said this video is ready to watch. It had uploaded it and then wouldn't. It was annoying. And then we get the women, and we've already spoke about that, and it was awesome. I thought it was a great show. I'd probably give it a 6.5, maybe 7, but at least 2 of those points are for the women's match, which was, even if that's the only thing you watch, you will be in for a treat. I really enjoyed it. It was must watch. Didn't know which way it was going to go. They smashed it out the park. They nailed it. Awesome. I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop it in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Got loads of reaction videos to a lot of the matches, so I'll put that in the description below if you're interested. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.